7 mysteries, one school and all, happened after dark. The mirror in the art room, reflecting things that shouldn't exist. The old gym footsteps that follow you alone. The music room, a piano plays itself after midnight. The 13th step, never look up when you reach it. The hidden archive books that vanish when you leave. The doppelganger, someone who copies your every move. The missing anatomy model, it moves, even when no one's there. 7 mysteries, 7 curses, and only one rule: some secrets shouldn't be discovered. If you dare watch till the end, hit subscribe now, because this is no ordinary doll. This is Hanako-san, Japan's cursed restroom spirit. The sun was setting behind the distant mountains as Aya and Mika walked towards their old school. The air was thick with whispers of a ghost story no one dared to challenge. The legend of Hanako, the ghost girl in red.
Mika, are you sure about this? What if it's not just a story?
Come on, Aya. It's just a legend. Besides, if we don't check it out, who will?
Alright, but if anything weird happens, we run immediately.
Deal.
Inside the school, the hallways were quiet and dim. The flickering fluorescent lights cast eerie shadows as the girls made their way towards the infamous bathroom.
It feels colder here than outside.
Maybe that's just your imagination. Or Hanako's welcoming you.
Stop joking. Let's just get this over with.
The old school corridors echoed with silence. Faint flickers of the fluorescent lights barely lit their way. The bathroom was just ahead, the place everyone avoided after sundown.
Mika, I don't know if this is a good idea. What if something really happens?
You worry too much. It's just a story. Besides, it's kind of thrilling, right?
Okay, but I want us to stick together no matter what.
They stopped before the third stall. The door was old, with peeling red paint and faint scratches that looked eerily like claw marks. The air felt colder here.
Ready? Knock 3 times, then call her name. Hanako, Hanako, Hanako.
Did you see that? The door just moved.
I think she's here.
Just as tension peaked, a faint shuffle echoed from the corridor. An old man appeared, leaning on a worn cane, his eyes shadowed with sorrow and wisdom.
You shouldn't have called her name, girls. Hanako is no ordinary spirit.
Who are you?
Why are you here?
I'm someone who knows the stories well. Hanako was a young girl who lived here long ago, during a time of war and pain.
What happened to her?
Many say she was bullied by other children, trapped and forgotten in this very bathroom. Some say darker things, that her death was not natural. Her spirit never left.
So she's a ghost stuck here?
More than that, she's protective, but also vengeful. Those who disrespect her space may pay a terrible price.
Is there a way to make her stop?
Respect her, and never summon her unless you're ready to face the consequences.
Despite the warning, the girls felt a strange pull, a need to uncover the truth for themselves.
We can't turn back now. Let's finish this.
Yeah, no more hesitation. Hanako, Hanako, Hanako. Did you feel that?
She's here.
Suddenly, a soft creaking echoed from inside the stall. The faint sound of a doll rocking back and forth sent chills down their spines.
Look, her eyes. They're glowing.
That's not just a doll, that's Hanako.
The stall door creaked open just a crack, and a pale hand slipped out, delicate but eerie.
We need to get out of here, now!
Heart pounding, they sprinted down the corridor. Behind them, faint footsteps echoed, slow, deliberate, and unrelenting.
She's right behind us. Don't stop.
Keep running!
They burst through the school's exit and into the fading sunlight. Their breaths came in ragged gasps, but when Aya glanced back,
She's still there.
days passed, but the memory lingered like a shadow in their mind. Some say Hanako's spirit still waits in that bathroom. A guardian, a curse, or something far darker.
I don't think she ever left.
Neither do I.
So next time you hear a knock and a whisper of Hanako, ask yourself, are you brave enough to answer? The legend of Hanako dates back decades. Some say she was a young girl who died tragically during wartime, trapped in the school's bathroom. Others believe she was a victim of bullying, or worse. Over time, her restless spirit became bound to the third stall, haunting anyone brave enough to call her name. Hanako is both a protector and a vengeful ghost. Some say she punishes those who disrespect her, while others claim she simply seeks attention from the living. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. The tale of Hanako remains one of Japan's most chilling urban legends. Tokyo, midsummer. The day had long faded into dusk, but the biology lab was still lit by a pale yellow glow. Rows of glass jars shimmered faintly, each containing frogs, organs, or nameless specimens suspended in murky liquid. The air smelled of ethanol and chalk dust. Mika and Aya were the last ones left in the school. The cleaning duty had dragged on longer than expected.
Most students hated staying after dark, not because of detention, but because of what people whispered about our school.
Aya leaned on a desk, spinning a pen between her fingers. Her reflection in the glass cabinet looked faint, almost like another person watching from the inside.
Hey, Mikai, have you ever heard about the 7 mysteries of this place?
You mean the urban legends every school in Japan seems to have?
Yeah, ours are different.
Mika laughed softly, half joking, half nervous. Outside, the sunset faded completely, and the hallway beyond the door turned pitch black.
All right, enlighten me. What's so special about our version?
They say they started after the biology teacher disappeared, about 20 years ago.
The hum of the ceiling fan seemed to grow louder. Mika frowned, turning off the mop's dripping tap.
Wait, you mean someone really disappeared?
Mm-hmm. They found his car parked by the woods behind the school, but he never came back.
Aya walked toward the tall storage cabinet by the window. Inside, beneath the cover, stood the human anatomy model. Half flesh, half exposed organs. Its glass eyes caught the fluorescent light, giving it a lifelike sheen.
I always hated that thing.
Then maybe you shouldn't know what people say about it.
Mika froze. Aya's tone was teasing, but her expression was unreadable. The night insects began to sing outside, soft, endless, almost synchronized.
Fine, tell me, what's the story?
There are 2. One says the model walks around the campus after midnight, dragging its half-finished leg along the hallway.
That's so cliché.
The other one's worse. They say it's not a model at all. It's built from real human bones.
The words hung in the air. The sound of something small, maybe a metal clamp, fell onto the floor behind them with a dull clink. Both girls turned. Nothing moved.
Every Japanese school had its share of ghost stories. But that night, in the stillness of the biology lab, Aya's voice made it feel real.
I'm telling you, Mikai, that's just the first of the 7 mysteries.
All right, I get it. Don't need to scare me more.
The girls glanced at the clock. 6:30 p.m.
Well, we should wrap up. Everyone else is heading home anyway.
Yeah, better get out before it gets too late.
They switched off the lights, packed up their things, and left the lab. Outside, the summer night was still warm. Crickets singing softly in the distance.
We didn't talk about it on the way home. It was like the story never happened. A fleeting thought that faded by the time I reached my front door.
Aya nodded in agreement, and soon, each of them went their separate ways, leaving the school empty and silent. The next day, the science club meeting dragged on longer than anyone expected. Experiments, demonstrations, and debates kept the students busy. Mika glanced at the clock. 7:50 p.m.
Hours passed like minutes. Beakers clinked, papers rustled, laughter filled the lab, and slowly, one by one, everyone left.
By the time the last club member left, only Mika and Aya remained.
Finally quiet.
Yeah, too quiet.
The fluorescent lights flickered. Shadows in the corners seemed to stretch unnaturally. The human anatomy model by the window appeared almost alive under the dim glow, its half face staring blankly.
Yesterday's story, the one we laughed about and forgot, it suddenly felt alive, and tonight, it wasn't just a story anymore.
The last club member had finally shut the door behind them, leaving the lab in an uneasy silence. The air felt thicker now, heavier somehow, as though the room itself was holding its breath. Mika rubbed her arms and glanced toward Agaya.
It's really quiet now.
Too quiet. Makes you think about last night's story, doesn't it?
Don't start. I want to pretend we never talked about it.
Aya smirked but didn't reply. She went to tidy a stack of papers near the window, her reflection flickering in the glass of the jars. Mika's eyes wandered to the human anatomy models. Its half-exposed organs glistened faintly, catching the dim fluorescent light. For a moment it seemed off.
It was just a model, I told myself. Plastic, fiberglass, the same one we'd seen every day. But something about it felt different. Watching it made the room feel smaller, the shadows longer.
A low creak echoed from the corner of the lab. Mika froze.
Aya, did you hear that?
Hear what?
That creak, like a floorboard, or something moving.
Aya looked over, calm but alert.
Probably just the building settling. Old schools do that, remember?
It didn't sound like settling.
Another creak, louder this time. Mika's pulse raced. She took a cautious step toward the anatomy model. A faint moonlight from the window fell on its half-face. Something about the jaw seemed slightly tilted.
Aya, the model.
It's just the jaw, Mika. Don't freak out.
Mika nodded, trying to calm herself. Yet, as she exhaled, she noticed the model's right hand had shifted. Its plastic fingers were now curled differently. Her stomach churned.
I didn't move it.
Neither did I.
The lights flickered again, briefly plunging the room into darkness. When the glow returned, the model's head had turned slightly, its glassy eyes now seemingly focused on Mika.
Aya, it's looking at me.
Mika, stay calm. It's just...
A soft, dragging sound cut her off. The model's left leg shifted forward, the heel scraping faintly against the floor. The sound echoed, slow and deliberate, across the empty lab.
My breath caught in my throat. Everything we'd joked about the 7 mysteries suddenly felt real. The model wasn't plastic anymore. Not fully. Something had woken.
Mika reached for Aya's arms.
We need to leave.
No, look.
The model's head turned fully toward them, and a faint, metallic click sounded as if a joint locked. Then, just as suddenly, it froze. The room went utterly silent, too silent. Even the air felt still.
Aya, this isn't funny anymore.
I know.
Then came a whisper, soft and barely audible, like someone breathing through the shadows.
Do you remember me?
Mika's eyes darted around. The sound seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere. The jars rattled slightly, and the faint scent of something iron-like filled the air.
Aya, I'm serious. We need to get out.
Wait, look at the floor.
Mika's gaze dropped. Tiny footprints, damp and dark, led from the model's position toward the center of the lab. Each step left a faint outline, like someone had walked through dust, but the lab floor had been freshly cleaned.
Every instinct screamed at me to run, but Aya, she didn't move. Her eyes were fixed on the model, as if she was waiting for something we weren't meant to see yet.
A low, mechanical creak sounded. The model shifted again, this time both hands lifting slowly, dragging slightly across the floor. Mika felt her knees weaken.
Aya now!
Don't turn your back yet.
The model paused. Then, with a single, deliberate step, moved closer. The shadows around it stretched, forming grotesque, unnatural shapes across the lab walls.
I realized in that moment we had never left the story behind. It had followed us here, and it was awake.
The model stood a few feet away now, its glass eyes reflecting the faint light like tiny pools of something alive. Shadows curled unnaturally along the walls, stretching toward Mika and Aya.
Aya, we need to leave, now!
I can't look away. Something's wrong.
The dragging sound grew louder, deliberate, each step echoing across the empty lab. The model's half-exposed organs seemed to ripple, as if something beneath the plastic was pulsing.
Every story we'd laughed at the day before, every warning whispered by the students who claimed to see it move, they were real, and now, it was here, closer than we ever imagined.
Mika tried to back away, but her foot caught on a stool. She stumbled, almost falling. The model tilted its head toward her. For the first time, its jaw seemed to move, creaking faintly, like a lock turning.
Do you remember me?
Mika's heart pounded in her chest. Alaya stepped forward, almost hypnotized, and touched the model's arm. The coldness of the plastic, or what felt like real flesh, sent a shiver up her spine.
It's like it knows us.
It knows nothing! Come on, we have to!
Before she could finish, the model shifted again, stepping closer. A faint metallic clatter sounded as a joint locked into place. Its fingers twitched toward Mika. Mika and Aya scrambled backward, knocking over a stool. The sound echoed through the empty lab, louder than expected. In the corner, jars rattled, some tipping over. The faint iron-like scent intensified.
Aya, we can't stay here.
There's something under it, look.
Mika followed her gaze. Beneath the model, the floor appeared scuffed and marked. Not just footprints, but faint impressions, as if someone, or something, had shuffled in place, pacing. The marks glowed faintly in the moonlight.
I realized, in that moment, the model was more than wood, plastic, or even bones. Something from the old stories, something buried in the school's history, had taken form.
The lab lights flickered violently. The model stepped forward again, its head twisted unnaturally, eyes fixed on Mika. Mechanical grinding noise began, like the sound of gears turning deep inside.
Run!
Wait, don't leave me.
They bolted toward the door. The model's footsteps echoed behind them, dragging, scraping, relentless. The shadows on the walls warped, forming shapes that mimicked their movements, almost as if the room itself was alive.
I had never feared anything like this before. Not ghosts, not legends. This was something that had crossed from story into reality.
They reached the door, but it wouldn't budge. The handle rattled violently in Mika's grip. Behind them, the dragging sound grew louder, closer, each step deliberate. The model was almost upon them.
The window! Hurry!
They sprinted toward the large glass window at the far end of the lab. It rattled under their combined weight. Mika's fingers scraped the metal frame, finally forcing it open. The night air rushed in, cool and heavy with the scent of summer cicadas.
We leapt out, the hard ground slamming into our knees. I could hear the dragging footsteps behind us, then silence. The lab door slowly closed, leaving only shadows inside.
They scrambled across the empty courtyard, hearts pounding. When they finally looked back, the window glowed faintly. And for a second, Mika swore she saw the model standing at the window, watching them, its half-face illuminated by the moonlight.
It didn't follow us.
For now, but I'm not sure it won't.
Mika's hand brushed her cheek, damp with sweat. She looked at Aya.
Do you believe the 7 mysteries now?
I believe we were never meant to know them all.
That night, the stories we had laughed at, forgotten by morning, returned with a vengeance, and the biology lab, with its jars and shadows, had become more than a room. It had become a warning.
They say every school keeps its own secrets. Last time we spoke of the anatomy model that moved when no one was watching that. But tonight we turn to another story, one born from silence and sound. Tokyo, late summer. The sun had long dipped below the rooftops, leaving streaks of orange fading into purple shadows across the empty campus. The hallways smelled faintly of old books and polished wood. Mika tugged at Aya's sleeve as they walked past the last lit classroom.
Some people say the school changes after everyone leaves. The silence isn't empty. It listens. It remembers.
Aya glanced toward the music room door, its small window dark and still.
You've heard the story, haven't you, about the piano that plays itself?
Of course, it's just a rumor, right?
A faint, haunting note drifted from the room. The girls froze. The melody was unmistakable. Beethoven's Für Elise. Clear, delicate, but somehow wrong. Too precise. Too alive.
Did that just come from inside?
Probably, or maybe it's her, the girl from the legend.
The same one who died during the piano competition?
Yeah, she's just one of them, you know. Every school has ghosts, but ours has a collection. The moving anatomy model, the mirror in the art room, the footsteps in the old gym.
Guess we're studying in the wrong place, huh?
Or the right one, if you like stories.
A long pause, they group. Then another note from the piano. The music grew clearer, the rhythm steady. Someone or something was playing. Long ago, a student believed she was destined for greatness. Her fingers danced across the keys like magic, until one day, her pride turned against her. She blamed the piano for her failure, and in a tragic accident, her life ended beneath the lid of that very instrument.
They say her music never stopped. And if you hear it all 3 times, your soul will be taken too.
Outside, the last traces of sunlight vanished. Inside, the portrait of Beethoven hung above the piano, his painted eyes unblinking, watching.
Shall we find out if the stories are true?
I think we already have.
The door creaked open. The melody swelled, a ghostly welcome echoing through the hall. And once again, the school began to remember. The air inside the music room felt heavy, like the walls had been holding their breath. Dust floated in the faint light from the hallway, catching the rhythm of the piano that now played by itself.
Aya, look at the keys.
The grand piano stood in the center of the room. Its lid was open, strings faintly trembling. One by one, the keys pressed down, softly, gently, as if touched by invisible hands.
No one's here.
Then who's playing?
The melody repeated itself, first once, then again. Für Elise. Soft, delicate, and perfect. Too perfect to be human.
That's the second time.
Aya stepped closer to the piano, drawn in despite herself. Her reflection shimmered faintly on the glossy surface of the instrument. But there was another reflection beside hers, someone standing just behind her shoulder.
Aya, wait! Don't move!
She turned. No one was there. But the room grew colder, and the faint scent of perfume filled the air. On the wall above, Beethoven's portrait loomed large. His painted eyes, once fixed forward, now seemed to tilt ever so slightly toward them.
Did his eyes just move?
Don't say that.
No, really,
The third melody began. The keys struck harder this time, louder, faster, like something angry had awakened inside the piano.
Stop it! Stop playing!
She slammed the lid shut. But the sound didn't stop. The music continued, muffled yet persistent, echoing inside the instrument as if trapped in its wooden heart. Then came a whisper. Not from the piano, from the painting above it.
Play it again.
Did you hear that?
I'm not staying here.
They turned to run, but the door behind them had closed. And from the darkness of the painting, Beethoven's eyes glimmered faintly, like candlelight behind glass. The door wouldn't move. No matter how hard they pulled, it stayed shut, as if the entire building had decided they were not allowed to leave. The piano fell silent. Only the soft creak of the wooden floor remained, and the sound of someone breathing.
That's not you, is it?
No.
They turned. In the far corner, the portrait of Beethoven glared down upon them, his painted eyes burning faintly under the dim fluorescent light. But now there was something new. Another figure in the painting. A girl in a white school uniform, standing just behind him, her face blurred like an unfinished sketch.
Wait, that wasn't there before.
It's her, the girl who died.
The piano lid rattled. Slowly, it began to rise again, though no one touched it. The keys struck a single note, sharp, angry, like a scream frozen in time.
Stop! Please stop.
But the piano obeyed no one. Each note grew faster, heavier, as if someone was hammering from the other side of the world. From inside the piano itself, Mika took a deep breath and stepped closer.
If you want to play, fine. I'll play with you.
She sat before the piano, hands trembling. The air felt colder, her breath visible in the dark. She pressed the first note of Für Elise. For a moment, the phantom keys paused and followed her lead. Two sets of hands, one living, one unseen, played together, weaving a fragile duet of the living and the dead. Then, a shadow fell over the keyboard. Mika looked up. The girl from the painting was no longer in it. She stood right beside her.
Aya, she's...
The phantom's fingers brushed Mika's hands, cold as ice, and the lights flickered violently.
Mika, move!
Aya lunged forward, slamming the lid shut. The sound stopped. The portrait was empty again. Silence. For a long moment, there was nothing. Just the faint smell of varnish, and the echo of something that used to be music. Then, the classroom door unlocked itself with a soft click.
Let's go. Please, let's just go.
They ran into the hallway. Behind them, the piano remained still. But as they reached the end of the corridor, a familiar melody began once more. Faint, gentle, almost kind. For Elise. 3 times. They say the melody still echoes through the music room. Even now, when the corridors are empty, and the moonlight crawls across the piano keys. If someone hears it, all 3 times, their soul never leaves the school grounds. But this is only one of the 7 mysteries whispered. And some say, once you've witnessed one, the others will start to find you. After the piano stopped playing, Mika and Aya thought the school's nights would finally be quiet again. They were wrong. It was late autumn now. The air had turned colder, and the hallways echoed differently, as if something unseen had started listening back. In the art room, brushes clicked against glass jars. The faint smell of turpentine mixing with the sharp chill from the open window.
It's strange, isn't it? Every time something happens, it's always one of the old rooms.
They say the older the classroom, the more it remembers. Maybe that's why ghosts like them.
On the far wall hung a mirror. Tall, oval, rimmed with flaking gold. No one used it anymore. No one even knew why it was still there. Aya glanced at it, half lost in thought.
Do you know there's a story about that thing?
Another one?
They say a girl disappeared here last year. She was working on her self-portrait. And one night, she finished it. But the next morning, she was gone. Only the painting remained.
Outside, the sky dimmed to violet. The lights flickered once. And in the mirror, for just a heartbeat, 2 reflections became 3. The next evening, the art room was empty again. Only the ticking of the clock and the scratching of a pencil broke the silence. Aya stayed behind to finish her painting. The others had left hours ago. She didn't notice at first, but the mirror seemed clearer tonight, as if someone had polished it while no one was looking. Aya leaned closer, curious. In the reflection, the room looked the same except for one thing. A canvas stood in the far corner, a painting she hadn't made. It showed a figure sitting by the window, head tilted, eyes blacked out.
That's not mine.
She blinked. The figure's head turned, just slightly. Aya stepped back, heart pounding. Her own unfinished portrait sat before her. But now, the painted eyes were open. The next morning, Aya didn't come to school. Her seat was empty. Her bag still hanging by the window. When Mika went to the art room that afternoon, a new painting had appeared in the corner. No name, no signature, just a face, familiar, frightened, and staring straight out of the frame. The following day, the teachers told the students not to spread rumors. They said Aya had gone home early, but her name was never called again during roll call. Mika lingered after class, hoping maybe Aya would walk through the door with that same careless smile. She never did.
That mirror again? Don't stare at it too long.
Why? It's just a mirror, isn't it?
Not exactly. It wasn't part of the school at first. It came from an old shrine, one that was torn down decades ago. They said it once belonged to a temple that worshipped something called
Ungaikyo. In ancient folklore, it was no ordinary mirror, but a sacred object said to reflect not your face, but your true heart.
They say it shows what you want to see, and if you keep looking long enough, it takes that part of you away.
Takes it? You mean like your reflection?
Something like that. You should go home before sunset, okay?
But Mika couldn't. That night, she sat alone in the art room. The air was still. The mirror glimmered faintly in the dark, as if waiting for her.
Aya, are you in there?
Her own reflection moved, but the face behind the glass wasn't hers. It was Aya's. Eyes wide, pleading, hand pressed flat against the other side.
Aya?
And for the first time, Mika realized the mirror wasn't reflecting her at all. It was looking back. Mika stared into the mirror. The glass rippled like water, reflecting a classroom that was wrong. Every painting, every shadow seemed alive.
Aya, I'll find you. Hang on.
She stepped through. The mirror world swallowed her reflection, but she kept moving. The air was colder here, heavy with the scent of varnish and faint perfume. In the corner, Aya sat, endlessly drawing her self-portrait.
Mika, you made it?
Of course. Come on. We have to get out of here.
But the mirror classroom had other plans. From the shadows, a dark figure emerged, featureless, yet familiar. It moved silently, gliding across the room, blocking their path.
The teacher, the one they warned us about. This must be it.
It's following us, we can't let it catch us.
They ran. The shadows twisted, reaching for them, but a faint light appeared at the far end. Every step closer, the black shape receded, unable to cross the glow.
Keep moving. The light there.
They sprinted, hands clasped, hearts racing. The light grew, brighter, and with a final leap, they emerged back into the real art room, panting, trembling, alive. Back in reality, the mirror hung silently. Mika and Aya stared at it, half expecting another trick.
We made it. It's gone.
But look.
They stared at the mirror. Aya's reflection remained herself, safe, but Mika's shadow was gone, leaving a faint, empty outline where it should have been.
My shadow, it's gone.
Whatever crossed over, it didn't take me. But you, it left a mark.
A chill lingered, curling along the walls. The mirror stood still, silent, but its power had not fully released them.
We have to be careful, this isn't over.
And so the school resumed its quiet routine, hiding secrets in plain sight. But whispers remained, and some shadows never returned. The new semester had begun, and with it came whispers of something unusual at Mikazuki High. Aya was the first to notice. A transfer student had arrived, and she looked exactly like Mika. Every feature, every smile mirrored her perfectly.
Is that Mika?
Impossible, she can't be here already.
But it wasn't just the resemblance. Her eyes were cold, empty, and her presence felt wrong. She moved through the halls as if she owned them, yet she followed Mika's every step, every gesture. The air around them felt heavier, charged with something unseen.
She's copying you, every move.
Maybe it's just coincidence, right?
Coincidence, perhaps. But the chill in their bones said otherwise. The doppelganger had arrived, and the school was already whispering its secrets. Days passed, and Mika felt incomplete.
My shadow, it's still gone.
Aya watched closely as the doppelganger lingered nearby, mimicking Mika's every move. It wasn't just her face. Her very motions, her posture, even the way she blinked, reflected Mika perfectly, yet without warmth.
She's not just another student. I think she's the Mika from the mirror, or the shadow you lost.
Then what do we do? How do I get my shadow back?
Determined, the two began their investigation. They revisited the art room, the haunted music room, and even the old mirror that had started it all. Every reflection, every shadow, seemed to pulse with a hidden presence.
See that? It's like the mirror left a part of her behind, and it's attached to her.
If that's true, then this doppelganger, she's not just following me. She is my missing shadow.
The realization sent shivers down their spines. Whatever force had taken Mika's shadow was alive. And now, it had a face to reclaim. Determined to reclaim what was lost, Mika and Aya returned to the places where the shadows lingered strongest.
Every mirror, every reflective surface, I can feel her presence.
And the piano, the way it played by itself before maybe it's connected. The mirrors aren't just glass, they keep what they capture.
They scoured the art room, studying the old mirror with trembling hands. Dust swirled in the faint light, and for a moment, Mika thought she saw movement behind the glass, something reaching out.
Aya, look, my reflection, it's not here.
But there, beside it she is, your shadow, trapped in her.
Piece by piece, the truth revealed itself. The doppelganger was not merely a copy, she was a fragment of Mika's shadow given form, a spirit born from the lingering energy absorbed by the cursed mirror.
Then, to get my shadow back, we have to face her. We have to face the mirror.
And whatever comes out of it, we do it together.
The two friends braced themselves. Every reflection, every whisper in the glass, hinted at what waited inside. The doppelganger watched silently, a chilling grin playing at the corners of her mirrored face. The air in the art room thickened. As Mika and Aya approached the cursed mirror, the doppelganger stood silently, mimicking every subtle movement Mika made, her expression eerily calm yet menacing.
I want my shadow back. I'm not letting you take me.
Stay close. Don't let her get inside your mind.
The doppelganger's eyes glowed faintly, the reflection of Mika's missing shadows swirling within them. Shadows stretched from the mirror, reaching toward Mika like black tendrils, cold and suffocating.
Aya, now!
Aya grabs a nearby metal frame and swings it at the mirror. The mirror cracked, splintering the dark tendrils. The doppelganger screamed. A distorted, echoing sound that seemed to come from all directions. And then, she vanished.
My shadow, it's back.
Yeah, whatever that was, it's gone for now.
The fragments of glass shimmered faintly in the fading light, as if the room itself had exhaled. The doppelganger's presence had ended, but the memory of her remained etched in every reflective surface.
We need to be careful. Shadows like that, they can come back.
And next time, we'll be ready.
The mirror was destroyed, the doppelganger banished. Yet the school's secrets were far from over. Somewhere, in the corridors, another shadow waited, watching, waiting, reflecting. After everything they'd seen, Mika and Aya no longer dismissed the stories whispered about their school. The 7 mysteries weren't just rumors anymore. They were warnings. So when strange footsteps began echoing from the old gym after dark, Aya wanted to ignore it. But Mika couldn't. She had heard the sound once before. Steady, deliberate, and right behind her.
Hey, Mika. You ever pass by the old gym after dark?
The one behind the main building? It's been locked since forever. Why?
Because someone said they heard footsteps, like someone was running inside. But no one's had the key for over 10 years.
Footsteps? Maybe just the wind. Old floors creak.
Maybe. But the story says, every year before graduation, the steps get faster. Like whoever's inside is running from something.
Faint echo of gym sneakers squeaking on wooden floorboards, distant and eerie.
The sound came from nowhere and everywhere. Maybe it was the storm outside. Maybe just my imagination. But I saw Aya's face, and she'd heard it too. Aya, did you hear that?
Yeah? That wasn't the wind.
After school, curiosity dragged us to the far wing. Past the music room, down the narrow corridor that smelled of dust and rain. That's where the old gym waited, sealed behind a chain and a rusted padlock.
Hard to believe people used to play basketball here.
What happened to it?
They say, a player collapsed during practice, years ago. He was the team's fastest runner. But he kept going, even after everyone else stopped.
The sound grew clearer. One step, then another. A pattern. A heartbeat on the wooden floor that shouldn't exist anymore.
Mika, listen. It's like he's still running.
Then why does it sound like he's getting closer? That night, I dreamt of the gym. Empty, flooded with moonlight. And from the far corner, the echo of sneakers began again. Faster and faster, until it sounded like someone was running straight toward me.
The corridors were empty that evening, painted in the pale orange light of the setting sun. Mika and Aya stood before the chained doors of the old gym, a place long abandoned after a student's accident years ago.
And really shouldn't be here.
You said that last time too.
And last time, the mirror screamed back at us.
Exactly. That's why we can't ignore this.
Mika tugged at the rusted chain. It gave a low metallic creak, the kind that sounds too alive. Then, to their surprise, the lock snapped open. A gust of cold air brushed past them, carrying a faint scent of dust and chalk. The wooden floor inside groaned like something breathing beneath it. They stepped in. Their flashlights cut through the dark, illuminating torn nets, collapsed benches, and a faint trail of muddy footprints. Small, bare footprints leading toward the stage.
There's no way those are new, right?
Then why are they wet?
The lights flickered overhead, though there shouldn't have been any electricity here. Somewhere in the distance, a basketball rolled across the floor slowly, until it stopped at Mika's feet. She froze. Aya grabbed her arm.
Please, let's go.
Wait, listen.
Footsteps. From the far corner of the gym, rhythmic and deliberate. The same pattern of steps Aya remembered from the story. When you hear the footsteps stop behind you, don't turn around.
It's the same sound from the legend.
It's real.
The sound grew closer, each step echoing between the cracked walls, until it felt like the entire room was walking toward them. Aya shut her eyes. Mika turned her flashlight toward the sound, and saw nothing. Only an old pair of school shoes, resting alone in the middle of the floor. But the footsteps hadn't stopped. They were now circling the girls. Mika and Aya approached the abandoned gym cautiously. The building loomed like a dark monolith, its windows long shattered, frames warped, and walls covered in peeling paint. The smell of damp wood and mold hit them as soon as they stepped closer.
I can hear it already.
Aya nodded, her flashlight trembling slightly in her hand. The footsteps were faint at first, slow, measured, almost playful, but as they entered the gym's shadowed interior, the rhythm changed. Faster, heavy, deliberate. It wasn't just echoing, it seemed alive.
Who's running inside? There's no one here.
Aya shone her light across the court. Dust swirled in the beam, disturbed by some invisible force. The shadows seemed to stretch unnaturally along the walls, twisting around the broken hoops and the scattered, dusty gym equipment. Then came the smell, sour, metallic, like sweat, like blood, or maybe something worse. Mika gagged, stepping back.
Ugh, it smells wrong.
Just stay close. Don't let it separate us.
The footsteps grew louder, now circling them. Mika turned toward the source, but saw only empty air. And yet, the sound of running was everywhere, behind, beside, above. It was like the gym itself was alive, mocking them.
It's surrounding us.
Suddenly, the old scoreboard flickered on, lights buzzing to life. Numbers shifted erratically, displaying dates and names long forgotten. A shadow streaked across the polished floor. Too fast for a human. From the far corner, a faint whistle echoed, eerily familiar, yet distorted, as if it had come from decades ago.
That whistle, it's like it's calling him.
Calling who?
The air turned colder. Their breaths hung in clouds. Then, the footsteps stopped. Absolute silence. Mika's pulse thundered in her ears, left and turny. A faint creaking sound began again, but this time, the sound wasn't walking. It was scraping like fingernails across the wooden floor. Shadows flickered in impossible directions, corners folding onto themselves.
What is that?
I think it's him, the boy from the accident. He's trapped, but he's angry.
A single basketball rolled slowly across the floor toward them. Mika flinched, stepping back. But the ball stopped inches from her foot. Then another rolled, faster this time, bouncing irregularly, as if obeying some unseen hand.
Every step, every sound, he's reliving it. The last lap, the crash.
We have to finish it. Give him closure or he'll keep running.
Summoning courage, Mika and Aya moved toward the center of the gym, following the faint glowing prints on the dusty floor. Each print seemed older, yet freshly pressed, twisting and warping as though the boy's spirit was struggling against time itself. A sudden gust of wind slammed the gym doors. The flashlight flickered violently, casting their elongated shadows onto the walls. Shadows merged, twisted, and then split apart, forming the fleeting image of a boy running endlessly, reaching for a whistle that would never blow.
Look, the circle. Follow the circle.
The last lap, he's trapped in it. If we complete it, maybe, just maybe, he'll rest.
Heart pounding, they traced the path, step by step, completing the invisible lap. With each step, the footsteps behind them grew fainter. The basketballs rolled to a stop. The scoreboard blinked once, then went dark. A soft sigh echoed through the gym, warm and almost human. The air lifted, the oppressive cold dissipating. They didn't see him, but they felt him, finally at peace, his cycle broken.
Is it over?
For now, but this place it remembers.
The old gym returned to silence. The echoes of the boys' footsteps lingered faintly in their minds. Somewhere, deep in the shadows of their school, the 7 mysteries waited patient, twisting, and alive. Mika and Aya stepped out of the old gym, their shoes crunching on the gravel outside. The night was unnaturally still. No insects, no wind, not even the distant hum of the city. Only the echoes of what had happened inside lingered, like a memory refusing to fade.
I can't believe it. Did we really finish it?
For now, yes. But this place doesn't forget, Every year, every season it remembers.
Even as they walked back toward the main building, the faintest sound of a basketball rolling somewhere deep in the darkness followed them. Each step felt heavier, the shadows stretching, flickering.
Do you think the boy is really at peace?
I hope so. But something tells me the gym still holds him, waiting for the next cycle, the next student who dares to enter.
Behind them, the gym doors creaked as if sighing. The faint glow of the scoreboard flickered once, then vanished, but in the corners of their eyes, shadows seemed to twist, subtly moving, as if testing the boundaries between the living and the dead.
7 mysteries. How many more are waiting for us?
All of them, and some, might not want to let us go.
That night, they left with their hearts pounding, their minds racing. They had faced the footsteps, the trapped spirit. But the school had whispered its warning. Some mysteries are alive, patient, and hungry for witnesses. Mika and Aya didn't sleep well. Every creak in the old building, every flicker of light, made them tense. The gym had released its spirit, but it left a shadow behind. A lingering sense of unease that no lock or daylight could erase.
Next time, we'll be ready.
And the school will never be the same again.
Some say the boy's spirit still runs his final lap in the old gym, waiting for the whistle that never came. Mika and Aya had faced the old gym's mysteries, but the school's whispers never ended. Now a new legend called to them, a stairwell hidden in the far wing, forgotten by time, yet feared by everyone who passed it at night. The 13th stair. That was what students dared not speak aloud, a place where the ordinary ended and the unknown began.
Aya, have you ever heard about the 13th step?
You mean that old stairwell near the science building? Yeah, I've heard the stories. Why?
Stories? It's more than that. They say during the day the stairs are 12, but at night the 13th step appears.
And if you step on it?
They say a half-faced figure rises from a black void at the bottom and pushes anyone unlucky enough to stand on it down to their death.
Faint echo of footsteps on distant stairs, creaking, almost like a warning.
Mikai, this sounds insane. Are we seriously going to check this?
We went to the old gym, didn't we? This is just another mystery. We need to see it for ourselves.
The two girls slipped through the quiet hallways, their flashlights cutting thin beams across peeling paint and dusty floors. The stairwell door loomed ahead, shadowed, silent, yet somehow alive.
Here it is, the stairwell.
I don't like this.
They leaned closer, counting the steps as the legend instructed. 1, 2, 3. The wooden steps groaned under their weight, each sound swallowed by the darkness above and below.
At first it was ordinary, just 12 steps. But when we reached the 12th, something shifted.
Mikai, do you see that?
A step appeared where none should exist, a 13th. Solid, yet impossibly dark, as if the void itself had spilled into the world.
It's real.
Turn back, please, now.
But curiosity gripped Mika's heart. Step by step, they approached the 13th stair, unaware that the air had grown colder, thicker, charged with something unseen. And from the shadows below, a sound began to stir, faint, deliberate, waiting.
Stay close, whatever happens, don't panic.
I can't. Something's moving down there.
The 13th stair loomed before them. The legend of the half-faced ghost had just begun.
And then, I felt it. Eyes from the void, staring, waiting, and in that instant, I understood some steps were never meant to be counted.
The 13th stair glowed faintly, an impossible shadow etched into the world. Mika's hand trembled as she reached out. Aya clutched her flashlight, every instinct screaming to run, yet curiosity rooted them in place.
Mikai, it's coming! I can feel it!
Shh, wait, do you see that?
From the black void at the bottom of the stairwell, a shape emerged. Half a face, pale, twisted, eyes hollow yet burning with a cold intelligence. Its form was incomplete, distorted, but undeniably human.
It's the legend, the half-faced one.
Step back, Mika. We have to go.
The ghostly figure rose higher, one hand extended as if reaching for them. The air turned frigid, their breaths forming clouds. A low, gurgling whisper swirled around the stairwell, indecipherable words slipping into their ears, teasing, warning, daring them to advance.
We can't run. If the story's true, it's bound to the stair. Maybe we can end it.
End it? How? It's not even fully there.
The spirit lunged. Or at least, it felt like it. A sudden gust slammed the stairwell door. Shadows danced violently along the walls. The ghost's half-face twisted into a silent scream. And for a heartbeat, the world seemed suspended, caught between fear and motion.
Count the steps. 12, 13. Keep moving.
But
no time. Just keep counting.
Step by step, they ascended, their flashlights flickering as the half-faced figure followed. Inching closer with each heartbeat, the scraping grew louder, faster, filling the stairwell with a deafening anticipation.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Focus. Focus on the steps.
And then, at the 13th step, something extraordinary happened. The figure paused, hovering in place. Its cold gaze met Mika's eyes. And, in a fraction of a moment, the air shifted. The void receded slightly, a space opening for the living.
It's backing off.
Did we do it?
The half-faced ghost slowly dissolved into the shadows. The impossible 13th step seemed to vanish again, leaving only 12 familiar, solid stairs. Mika and Aya sank against the railing, hearts pounding, drenched in cold sweat.
It's over for now.
But we've seen it, we've counted it, and it remembered us.
Some say the half-faced student waits for the next foolish soul to count past 12, the 13th step appearing only for those daring enough or foolish enough to challenge the legend. Mika and Aya had survived, but the school's shadowed corners held many more stories, each darker than the last.
7 mysteries, and now the 13th step.
All of them alive, waiting for witnesses.
The stairwell had returned to normal, or so it seemed. 12 steps, only 12. But the air around Mika and Aya didn't ease, tightened, as if the walls themselves were listening.
Mika, why hasn't it stopped? The ghost vanished, the step disappeared. But the air, it still feels wrong.
It's not the ghost. The stairwell itself, it's reacting to something else.
A cold draft swept past them, carrying with it a whisper, tiny, layered voices, like dozens of students murmuring from inside the walls.
One awakens another.
What was that? Tell me you heard that.
I did, and I think I understand now.
The old school was famous for its 7 campus mysteries. But students always assumed each mystery was separate, isolated, harmless if left alone. They were wrong.
When we solved the old gym mystery, the stair appeared the next night. Aya, what if the mysteries are connected? Like a chain reaction?
You mean, whenever we uncover one, another one wakes up?
The staircase trembled, just slightly, but enough to send shock through their bones. A faint, glowing line appeared along the edge of the 12th step, pulsing like a heartbeat.
It's responding to us, like it's watching.
No, Mika, this is bad. We shouldn't be here.
From somewhere above them, a door slammed. From somewhere below, footsteps echoed upward, deliberate, slow, as if someone was climbing toward them.
That's not the half-faced ghost. This is something else.
Or another mystery.
And then they saw it. A mark etched into the stair's wooden surface, glowing faintly through the dust. A symbol neither had seen, yet both understood instinctively. A circle, divided into 7 equal parts.
That symbol, Mika, isn't that on the notice board, the one about the 7 mysteries?
Yeah, which means this stairwell isn't just one mystery. It's the core, the one that awakens all the others.
Suddenly, the stairwell lights flickered violently. For an instant, just a heartbeat, they saw silhouettes. 7 figures standing along the walls, blurred, faceless, watching.
What were those?
The others, the remaining mysteries, they're awake now.
The stairwell grew still again, but not peaceful. It was the stillness of something waiting, expecting hungry.
Ending the gym mystery didn't close anything, it opened the next door.
So this was only the beginning.
The 13th stair had revealed its true purpose, not to kill, but to warn. For every legend uncovered, another would rise. 7 in total, each darker, older, hungrier. The school had returned to its usual silence, or so it seemed. But Mika and Aya felt it, the weight of what they had uncovered, the memory of every step, every shadow. Something stirred in the old hallways, deep where no student had ever dared to go.
Mikai, the stairwell. It's quiet now, but I still feel it like it's watching us.
I know. The 13th step, the legends. Maybe they weren't isolated. And there's one place we've never looked, a room no one knows exists.
According to fragmented notes and faded signs, a hidden chamber lay deep within the school. They called it the archive room, a place where every unsolved mystery, every report of a vanished student, every odd event was cataloged, though no teacher or student had ever confirmed its existence.
You're saying this room actually exists, and it remembers all the mysteries?
If it's real, it's the key. The stairwell, the gym, even Hanako, all of it leads here. We have to see for ourselves.
The girls moved through shadowed corridors, past locked classrooms and abandoned storage rooms, their footsteps swallowed by the cold, still air. Paint peeled from the walls, ceiling tiles sagged, and an eerie draft curled around every corner, carrying whispers too soft to decipher.
Here, look. There's a door. I've never noticed it before.
It's normal, but the air, it's different here. Heavy, cold.
The door was old, unmarked, metal dulled with age. Yet as they approached, the handle rattled. No wind blew. No one had touched it. And then, slowly, it creaked open by itself.
Mikai, it's opening on its own.
Yes, it's letting us in. Whatever's inside, it wants to be seen.
A faint, pale light spilled from the crack, illuminating dust motes, floating like tiny spirits. Inside, shadows twisted unnaturally along the walls. The air smelled of old paper, rust, and something metallic, almost alive.
It feels alive, like the room is breathing.
Every mystery we've encountered, every step we've taken, it's all recorded here. We're about to see the truth.
With a final glance at each other, they stepped inside. The door closed behind them, muffling the outside world, leaving only the archive room and its secrets. Inside the archive room, the air was thick, almost tangible. Dust swirled in pale streams of light, disturbed by their cautious steps. Every corner seemed alive, every shadow a potential secret waiting to be unveiled.
Mikai, look at all these files. Diaries, photos, even newspaper clippings.
Every mystery, every story we've investigated, it's all here. The music room, the human model, the 13th stair, Hanako, the art room mirror, even the gym.
They walked past shelves filled with folders labeled Music Room Incident, Human Model, The 13th Stair, Hanako, Art Room Mirror, and Gym Footsteps.
Wait, Mikai, look at this one.
What? Our names? They knew we'd come?
The folder slid open on its own, pages flipping as if guided by invisible hands. Each page detailed events they had witnessed, notes predicting their next moves. The room seemed to hum, alive with knowledge, watching, recording.
They've been watching us all along, every step we took.
It's more than that. It's a network. All the mysteries are connected. This room, it's like a heart, the source, and somehow, we're part of it now.
From the far corner, a faint glow pulsed, revealing 7 marks etched into the floor, 1 for each mystery. The whispers grew louder.
Observe, record, awaken.
Mikai, all the legends, they're alive. And they know we're here.
Yes, the 7 mysteries they're awakening. And this archive room, it's the key.
The archive room had been silent for a moment, too silent. As Mika and Aya opened the ancient book, its brittle pages trembled, not from wind, but as if the book itself was breathing.
Mikai, the ink, it's moving.
Black ink on the page twisted like a living shadow, rearranging itself until the text formed new lines neither of them had seen moments before. The words pulsed like veins beneath skin, revealing a title written in archaic script. Boundary Record, The Failing Seal. And then the room groaned. An illustration bled into existence across the page. A humanoid figure with long limbs, a hollow face, and teeth drawn like jagged white cracks.
That looks like the thing we heard on the 13th step.
The creature on the page slowly turned its head inside the book, as if acknowledging they were watching. Suddenly, cracks appeared on the floor. Thin, glowing red lines spread across the room, forming the same sigils they had seen earlier, except now they pulsed violently, as if trying to contain something underneath.
The boundary, Aya, it's breaking. Something's trapped under this room.
The sigils split open. A hand pale, clawed, wrong, gripped the edge of a crack from underneath. The creature dragged itself halfway out. A distorted humanoid torso, with a face that looked torn in half, as if ripped from a page. It whispered without a mouth.
I see you.
It wasn't one of the 7 mysteries. This one was older, a guardian spirit twisted by the collapsing boundary. And it was hungry. The ancient book snapped open by itself, pages flipping so fast they blurred. It stopped on a glowing symbol, a protective seal drawn in golden ink.
Aya, the book, it's showing us how to stop it.
A blinding golden pattern burst from the page, spreading across Mika's hands. She slammed her palm onto the floor sigil. The monster recoiled, its body burning in golden flame-like patterns, shrieking in a language that shattered lights overhead. Aya grabbed Mika.
Go, Mika, run!
They bolted toward the door as the creature slammed its body against the floor, cracking the sigils wider. A second hand reached out. Then a third. As if dozens of spirits struggled to break through the weakening boundary. The door flung open for them, as if the archive room itself was protecting them. They sprinted out. The door slammed shut, trapping the shrieking creature inside. Silence fell. Almost. Behind the door, faint, angry scratching continued.
Mika, we should have died.
The book saved us. Or maybe the archive needs us alive.
They stared at each other. Neither dared to speak the question in their hearts. If one boundary collapsed, were others failing too? The ancient book, now soft glowing, slid out from under the door as if the archive room returned it to them. A final line had appeared. The boundary that once protected this school is failing. The successors have not yet appeared. The cracks will widen.
Successors? Does that mean us?
Mika swallowed hard. No answer came. Though they survived, life returned to normal. Classes, exams, busy corridors. But sometimes, when the hallway lights flickered, or a shadow moved a second too late, they remembered the archive, the creature, the boundary cracking beneath their feet. ND, they knew. This wasn't over. Only pause. You've witnessed the first crack in the ancient boundary, and the archive has chosen its observers. If you want to follow Mika and Aya through the next chapter, when the boundary finally shatters, subscribe to Whispers Beyond Archives before the next creature steps through.
I see you.